Booktok books are books that are popular on TikTok and are highly recommended by a lot of readers. As a person who's been on both BookTube and Booktok for a few years now, I got pretty used to seeing popular book after popular book recommended in my feed. But for new readers, it could be a bit confusing, as there are so many books and I don't know which is the right one for them. And because of this, I gathered 10 of the most recommended books online to give you some background as to what these books are. So without further ado, let's get into it. The first book on this list is A Court of Thorns and Roses by Sarah J. Maas. A Court of Thorns and Roses is a fantasy adventure book and is a retelling of Beauty and the Beast, but is tweaked up to form the story it is today. It is marketed as both a YA or young adult and an NA or new adult book, but from what I can see, this book is definitely an adult book. It follows our main character Farah, who gets kidnapped by fairies after she accidentally killed one of their kind, and that's when the adventure starts. A Court of Thorns and Roses is a series that composes of the following: A Court of Thorns and Roses, A Court of Mist and Fury, A Court of Wings and Ruin, A Court of Frost and Starlight, and A Court of Silver Flames. This series isn't done yet, as the author, Sarah J. Maas, has said that she would write 5 more books after A Court of Silver Flames, and this series is also connected to Throne of Glass and Crescent City, as they all take place in the same universe but with different timelines. The next book is They Both Die in the End by Adam Silvera. They Both Die in the End is a young adult adventure book that follows 2 people who are told they are going to die. They are total strangers to one another, but they decide to spend their last day with the other. This book is also an LGBTQ+ book, and it recently acquired the sequel called The First One to Die in the End. Lastly, Netflix also plans to adopt this book into its own TV show, and this book is known to make people cry. Next is It Ends With Us by Colleen Hoover. This is probably the most recommended book in the history of Booktok, so let's talk about it. It Ends With Us is a contemporary romance book that talks about our main character Lily, a college graduate who falls in love with Ryle, even if she's also hurting from a past relationship. This book is also being made into a movie wherein Blake Lively will star as Lily and Justin Raldoni will star as Ryle. Next is The 7 Husbands of Evelyn Hugo by Taylor Jenkins Reid. The 7 Husbands of Evelyn Hugo is a historical, psychological, LGBTQ+ romance book about Monique Grant. Monique is a writer, and she is assigned to write a biography for Evelyn Hugo, who is an actress from the 60s. This is a standalone book and one of the most loved and talked about books, so make sure you check out my thoughts on it in my video of all the books that I read in 2022. Next is The Love Hypothesis by Ali Hazelwood. The Love Hypothesis is a romance contemporary book about Olive Smith, who ends up fake dating the most hated professor in their university named Adam Carlson. It is a standalone book that is going to be adopted as well into a movie. Next is The Song of Achilles by Madeleine Miller. The Song of Achilles is a historical fantasy romance novel that revolves around Greek mythology and focuses on Patroclus, a Greek prince who falls in love with Achilles. If you're interested in this book, just remember that there is a tragic end to the narrative, and it has made readers all around Booktok and BookTube cry. So, there's just a warning. Next is A Little Life by Hanya Yanagihara. One thing you need to know about this book is that it's very disturbing to a lot of readers, as it contains many themes that make people uncomfortable. So, I recommend that you check out a list of trigger warnings first before jumping into this book. A Little Life depicts the everyday experience of living with trauma, chronic pain, and disability, and it's very difficult to read. The reason why it's popular on Booktok is because a lot of readers have decided to try reading it themselves to see if they'll be heartbroken, and majority of the time, this book manages to deliver that message. Next is Verity by Colleen Hoover. Verity is a thriller romance book that is about an author named Verity who is critically ill, and her husband Jeremy reached out to our main character Lowen to finish Verity's novel. Like A Little Life, there are a couple of disturbing themes in this book, so I recommend checking a list of trigger warnings first before reading. So out of all of Colleen Hoover's books, this is the one I get mixed opinions about, as some felt like it was so slow and nothing really happened, but others felt like it was the best thriller of a lifetime, so the best way to know if it's worth your time is to try it if you're comfortable with the themes. Next is The Invisible Life of Addie Larue by V.E. Schwab. The Invisible Life of Addie Larue was probably the most popular book on Booktok back in 2020, and it has been ever since. In this book, we meet Addie Larue, who makes a bargain with the dark to make her immortal, but that completely backfires on her when she was cursed to be forgotten by everyone she ever met. If you're looking for a book that has action or high stakes, then this book is not for you. The Invisible Life of Addie Larue has been reviewed as a slow book by quite a lot of readers, but it really depends on the person. This book has mixed reviews because of that, and it's also a historical fantasy novel. And last but not the least is The Cruel Prince by Holly Black. The Cruel Prince is a fantasy YA series that comprises of The Cruel Prince, The Lost Sisters, The Wicked King, and The Queen of Nothing. Our main character is Jude, who plans to be part of the Fae Court, and she must defy Prince Cardan, the wickedest son of the king. So those are the 10 of the most popular books on Booktok right now. I really hope that through this I was able to help all of you get quite a bit of a background on the books that I mentioned, so happy reading to everyone. So how about you? What's your favorite Booktok book? Let me know in the comments down below.